So what kind of Wigman drops do we have even? I have the Patreon one.
Which we didn't hit it last time when we should have.
No, I got...
Nate's prig fell off again. So what?
Maybe this is also like a, we go through.
I can't believe he found me hard to work with when I give him stuff like Nate's prig fell off again.
Well, like, how do you read that? I would read it as like a horror,
I wrote it as Nate's prick fell off again.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So what? Question mark.
Okay.
I think that's fair. Normal. Wigman's professional. He handled it. Did I even tell on the podcast
the
story about how Wigman emailed me and said, I'm having a hard time connecting with these drops? I broke the Wigman?
I mean, yeah, I just don't think you told a good enough story.
What is a better story than Nate's prick fell off again? So what?
Nate's prig fell off again. So what?
He's the professional.
Have you ever had your dick go numb? Where like blood circulation, you're like sitting on the toilet too long playing Balatro?
Yes. And that's when I know it's time to get up. But not the Balatro part. I am famously not a Balatro guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
You don't know cards.
It's Tetris with cards?
No, it's poker with cards.
So it's poker.
It's Balatro, by the way. I've been saying it wrong too.
It's Balatro?
Yeah. You're supposed to say Balatro.
Who says?
You know, when it's just two of us, I feel like
you can say Balatro.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I can say a lot of things, but like when it is just the two of us, I always think back to the picture of like those kids on that couch talking about like chips.
That's like red Doritos or blue Doritos better.
It depends. Like, I used to be more of a Cool Ranch guy myself.
Well, also a lot of people like the purple ones.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the purple ones. I think they're
like
the best.
what are they?
ones.
Sweet chili, right?
Yeah, like something like that.
I think the red's the best.
Yeah,
it's simple.
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I like the red ones more.
Like at school one day I'll get red one, then the next day I'll get a blue one.
Yeah. In my lunch a lot of days I do Doritos red.
Are we those podcasters? Are we just here talking about our favorite chips?
Yeah, to an extent, except we ask a vital question. Why do we like these chips?
Oh, it's good to elevate things.
I don't know. I mean, is that where we're going with this? You want to know why? Are you questioning why you do this?
Yeah.
Why
why am I here? Who am I?
I can't answer.
Why did my dick fall off?
Why did your dick fall off?
Welcome to hate speech.
You gonna do? You're always so ready to interrupt me.
We can just take it easy now because like
there's nobody here.
There's nobody here. I can just hit it at my leisure.
I can just have this mead, a little sip of. I'm not gonna give the name. No free ads except for the one time I did a free Magic Mind ad. My list ready.
Yeah, this is nice. We lay back.
Yeah, we're chill.
Easy drinking podcasting.
Oh God, we're breaking the format, a thing you all really love. Welcome to Hate Speech. I'm Tyler. That's Nate. This is the podcast about hating things.
I just, I like routine. I like to wake up every morning, have a bit of coffee, eat an egg.
Yeah, is this hard for you coming into this one with no like set out plan?
Well, like I feel too relaxed actually. I feel like this is the nap podcast. We're just taking a nap. We're just casually talking about.
We're doing our own Duncan Trussell go to bed podcast. Is he that guy who did that?
No, I mean he has a sleepy voice though. Like I could sleep to a Duncan Trussell.
I don't think I have ever since the allegations. No, I don't.
What are you doing? I thought he was fine.
No, I think he is fine. I'm just.
He seems all right. I don't know.
I'm shooting shots to get us controversy to bring more people here.
He is a friend of Drew Pinsky though, so maybe Dr. Drew Pinsky
and Dan Harmon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, aren't we okay with Harmon? I mean, he has allegations.
He famously was forgiven by the person who was alleging.
Listen, I'm not prepared for that conversation. This is an easy one.
Yeah.
This is a hammock podcasting. Do we get a
Hammock?
name?
So
For this?
the thing I had been working with was the hate speech gab bag, like grab bag.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Hold on. I think I have a theme song for it. Here we go. Wait, no, this is the one. See, I get to press all the buttons, and normally I don't get to press.
Like we get a lot of messages, a lot of suggestions, and people are like, "Why don't you guys do an episode on, pressure cookers?" Like, well, how do we fill in? I'm just looking around the room. I almost said fire extinguishers.
That's your improv. You just you look around the room, you Kaiser Sose it.
What else are you supposed to do for improv when you don't have an audience who gives you a suggestion?
I didn't know you were making this up. Like, this is a fake. You're just lying to me and the audience right now?
I don't want to use a real example because sometimes we get messages from people and they're like, hey, why don't you do this? And I'll say, well, that's not really something that I think would make an interesting podcast.
Yeah.
Can you refine your idea or can you extrapolate on that? And they're like, not really. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go fucking kill myself then.
It's harder than you think to pick an idea that has a lot of meat on its bones.
Yeah.
Something that you can coherently hate. Not just emotionally hate, but coherently express why you hate something for like an hour to an hour and a half.
We are famously against just coming on here and going like, we hate this thing. Why? Oh, I just hate it. Like we explore the depths pretty good, right?
Yeah.
We got some nice mead.
I should also mention I just took some omeprazole while you were...
You took a Prilosec with some mead? God damn, that's the most 40-year-old shit I've ever heard.
I mean, I forgot to take it. It was right next to me. See, with guests, I could never. I maintain a level of professionalism when somebody else is here.
What does it say about me that you don't feel safe taking a pill in front of them, but I feel perfectly comfortable taking my genitals out and dipping them in that precious umami sauce?
Well, I mean, one's content, the other one is just like taking my pills today.
You don't want the guests to know you're healthy as you take medicine?
No, I'm unhealthy. That's why I'm taking the pills.
Fair enough. But
Yep.
there are these ideas that are too small, maybe too big.
Or I just can't quite define why I hate them. Can I start one right off the bat here?
Yeah,
because
that takes the onus off me. So we're doing a group of small little things that we hate that some of you may also hate. Hot take. Some of you might also love.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab from my grab bag here. Grabbing people who talk too long at cashiers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Don't listen. Do you like it or not?
I don't like it.
I was saying, do you appreciate that gripe I have?
I feel similarly to you. I'm sorry I didn't specify.
Okay.
I thought you knew I was on your side when I said, ooh, that's a good one.
It felt false to me.
I'm emotive and expressive, and that feels false. Search within for why that feels false.
That's why this isn't an episode, because I feel insecure about saying it. Okay,
so we're opening Nate's insecurities today.
Right. So let me just lay out the scene.
Okay.
I'm at the Safeway.
Uh-huh.
I'm here to buy one item.
Yep.
There's an old lady in front of me.
Oh, sexist and ageist. Let's go.
That's right. That's talking to a young man, polite young man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just taking forever. They're talking for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, listen. I think you should be able to talk to people at your job,
right?
Or just out in the world. But I have business to do. This doesn't need to be like a conversation here.
What if the two people are enjoying the conversation they're having? Who's the enemy there?
I wouldn't trust that they're both enjoying it. Because I've given polite conversation to somebody who's talking to me, because I'm not a monster.
Uh-huh.
And I've been on the retail side of things, where I must talk to this person until they go away.
So let's just assume positive 10 on both sides. What if they both they're having a great conversation?
There's somebody they forgot to ask. Me. Behind them in the line, wanting to buy this one, I don't know, omeprazole. Damn it, I did it.
You did it again. See, you can't do it too.
I was going to say apple, but I'm not buying a single apple at a Safeway.
Go in at 10:30 at night, half an hour before they close, to buy one Honey Crisp apple.
Delicious.
It really hits before bed.
Yeah, no, realistically, it's probably a 6-pack or something.
So why do you think that bothers you? Because it really doesn't eat that much of your time. And
no, it does. And because I like to have purpose with my time, including dicking around, watching TV or just staring at the wall. Everything has a purpose.
So everything for you must be productive.
No, not productive, but enriching.
Well,
I need enrichment. I demand enrichment.
Well,
and just watching the old lady and Yeah, just watch it. It's more of just like I'm prevented from doing a thing.
Oh,
And I
okay.
don't like that. I don't tie me down.
You can tie Nate up, but you can't tie him down, is what I'm hearing. Can someone tie you up? Would you get shibari'd?
Yeah, I need to be above ground. There needs to be a consent.
Uh-huh.
It's a lack of consent. Let's put it on the list.
We're putting it on the list? Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
I mean, I hadn't made my case for it, but okay. I guess I would
do I hit the button every time?
Of course. I think we should put that
Okay.
probably between. How about between? Oh, you want to put it there?
No, okay. I mean, yeah, because like in reality, it's fine. It's like a Disney adult
It's almost
situation.
exactly small talk, but there's it's no way that it's halfway down the list. It's a subsection of small talk.
Here's the thing about the small talk episode is that
It was second.
Yeah, it was second, but also like there's a level of capturing there where like my job is not at risk in the Safeway situation.
Okay.
Where I'm behind the old lady.
It's worse. It's your precious free time.
No, but like I could say, "Fuck off, old lady. I need to get through here." Or the polite version is, "Excuse me, can I just do this one thing real quick?" And not have permanent repercussions.
Okay.
So that's why I think it is more of a Disney adults, maybe even an ass waxing where it's like, it hurts, but you got to get it done.
I would say it is between furries and air travel.
Damn, you're moving it up, huh?
Yeah. Just because air travel, you could actually die from that, especially now, Trump 2 era.
The time we recorded Air Travel, there are certain events that had not happened.
Look, we have called some big shots in this podcast. We've been proven right over and over again.
Okay.
But I could see between air travel and ass waxing.
Yeah, all right. I'll put it right below Air Travel. That's just marking it for me later.
Okay, got it. So you want me to go next?
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
I have a thing kind of related to that, but I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go up first with mine, which is ranch dressing.
There's a place where the sky is always blue. And the kids always eat their vegetables. Because the salad there is always served with the original Hidden Valley Ranch.
Okay.
Invented by a plumber in the 50s to feed his workers at a ranch in Alaska. And now it is the...
Wait, it was made in Alaska?
Yeah, sure was. Hidden Valley Ranch. He fed his ranchers.
Okay.
I did some research.
I didn't do it.
It was invented by a plumber in the 50s. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
It is a plumber's dressing.
And it's more specific.
You know?
Every piece of food now gets, from pizza, chicken strips, tater tots, gets dipped in ranch dressing. And I'm going to make a caveat.
Okay.
If you're autistic or has sensory issues or whatever, this doesn't apply to you. I'm doing all the things
don't be
to make sure I'm still woke and not cruel to people that may have aversions to certain things. But for the most part, people use ranch dressing because they haven't developed a palate and they have not learned how to enjoy the taste of food.
Can I say something pro for ranch dressing?
No. Yes.
If like your pizza's dog shit, like you get the nastiest pizza you can possibly get a hold of, like not like a Totino's level, but like, you know, the worst like restaurant pizza you can get, like a Winco pizza.
Love it. I do.
Okay.
Go ahead, make your point, and I will counter that.
And
point.
you know what? Like, and I'm not a person to throw away food, so I will eat crust. And so, like, I need to dip it in something. I'm not going to dip it in ketchup. And you know, if I was given other options, sure, I could dip it in a Thousand Island. I could dip it into other dressings. But like, ranch is okay. Ranch is fine.
Hot take. No, it's not.
Okay.
Just eat that fucking shit. It tastes good. It's food. I've never, ever had a piece of pizza or a crust where I thought, I just got to dip this in something because my mouth.
But what about what if it's like too dry? I got like dry JoJo's over
Swallow it. Just fucking swallow it. I'm telling you.
Would you want a replacement sauce?
And no.
Okay, so you just don't like sauce.
At most, marinara. Like marinara, I can
Marinara's
see
good.
the case for pizza crust and pizza because that is a function of it. But
It should be the default, I think.
salad dressing, ranch dressing, no. This is a bunch of children who never grew up and learned to, one, get real food, have real food. Because you notice we don't get ranch dressing with our pizza because when we get pizza, it's either we know we're eating absolute shit and that's the point of it, or we get real pizza that tastes good. So these are these fucking adults who are still children who go to nice restaurants and still order fucking chicken strips with french fries. Grow up. Eat new food. Eat better food. You will move past the need for ranch dressing. And yes, I know Cool Ranch Doritos are my favorite potato chip. I hate ranch dressing. I think of it, I want to fucking vomit.
Okay, two things. One, I think that weak wet ranch dressing is the devil.
Weak wet?
Weak ranch dressing.
Weak and wet.
Weak and
runny,
wet.
runny ranch
Yes,
dressing. Yeah, okay.
That's right. Where the actual powder itself is pretty good. I will have
I agree.
ranch dressing almonds. I will
Yes.
the ranch powder.
Zesty ranch flavored, any kind of crunchy thing.
I used to be more of a Cool Ranch guy myself.
Well, also a lot of people like the purple ones.
Yeah, I'm a big
Nah,
fan of the purple
I don't
ones.
like
I
the
think
They're
they're
like
the best
what are they?
ones.
the
Sweet
purple
chili, right?
That's right. Crouton. Put it on a crouton.
Yep.
It's good.
I'm with you, but the actual ranch dressing is disgusting.
I think that it's like also this default that like it's the people that have to have it. Right.
I'm not talking about autistics. I'm not talking about neurodivergence at all. I'm talking about
Okay.
adults
Okay.
who function.
Sounds like you are.
No.
Because like you keep on bringing it up. I was
No,
not
because-
I would not normally
No,
bring it
because
there.
all the shit I see online, especially when I start this discourse on purpose, they'll be like, well, I have to have it because I'm autistic and I have food sensory issues. And then I always say, well, I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
I'm talking about adults who've grown up who should know better
Okay.
with perfectly non-divergent brains of some kind.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this and wondering if that's you, it's you.
Okay.
Grow up.
So I think to narrow down your hatred is that if somebody got a different sauce,
Mm-hmm.
they got like, I don't know, like a sesame dressing,
Yes.
and they're like, sorry, I can't eat that. Could I have some ranch, please? That's the people that you hate.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's an over-reliance on something that their parents did to them to cater to them as children, to make them try and eat foods that, they wouldn't like to eat.
It's the chicken nugget breed.
Yes.
Okay.
It's that.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm getting hot
Yeah.
when I think of dipping pizza in ranch dressing,
I mean, I do it, but like whatever.
and you're fine
It's-
because you're autistic.
No, it's like if something tastes like garbage, I do want to fix it.
Like I do get, and there are better ways to fix it. It's just
there are usually better ways. Like sriracha. Like back when
Sriracha.
sriracha was good, I'd go for the sriracha over like a ranch.
But I choose marinara over ranch for like
no, I'm
pizza,
with you on that.
like everything. And it like tater tots, idiot. You don't like ketchup? Barbecue sauce is right there. But it's for some reason it's ranch dressing, and maybe it's because, and I know this. Maybe it's because my mom tried to feed me ranch dressing and I didn't want it. She's like, "Well, that's all we have. You eat it or you fucking die." I didn't eat it. I ate dry salads. I'm actively interrogating this for the first time live
there you
on
go.
air.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I've only ever had one ranch dressing I liked, and it was a vegan basil ranch dressing from a pizza parlor that's a Union Buster, so I don't go there anymore. Sizzle pie.
Yeah, I was like, I know that one. Yeah, I mean, you're encouraging people to break out of their food habits. It is
Yeah.
an encouragement hate.
It is
It's a hate out of love.
It is a crutch that adults use to never better themselves or to learn to appreciate something with any depth.
Let's put it on the. Here on Hate Speech, we have a spectrum of hate. I think that anything that should be categorized could be categorized on a spectrum.
Yep.
Ty's made it very clear that he wants to put ranch dressing on this spectrum.
Yep.
Tyler, where do you think ranch dressing should go?
Between big trucks and being fat in society.
No, don't put it at the bottom. What the fuck's wrong with you?
No.
It's one of those things where it's like do better, but also this is not a societal evil.
Honestly, I'd say between Oscars and I'd say under Bush Light, between Dark Empaths and Bush Light.
I would say ranch dressing is the Bush Light of
Yeah,
of
put
beers,
it under
of
Oscars
dressing.
next to Bush Light.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay.
What's next on your list?
All right, so I'm gonna do my real thing because you went off on my my small thing that I thought was gonna take a second. So my next.
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm trying to fill air.
That's right, fill air. Okay, I'm going to be talking about the TikTok voice.
Baby Gronk just rizzed up Livy Dunn again. Baby Gronk went to Livy's gymnastic meet to try to win back Livy. When Livy saw Baby Gronk in the stands, she waved to him and made a heart with her hands. After the meet, Baby Gronk rizzed up Livy.
Okay, all right.
So okay, or influencer voice. There's a couple names
That's
for this.
going to lead into my next one. Thank
into
you.
this cadence. It's not something that would fill a whole episode. But it relates to a lot of the episodes that we have talked about, specifically with Mr. Beast.
Yep.
He's not the inventor of the voice, but he is Okay, so I tried to think about how to describe what the TikTok voice is, and I think it is humans trying to replicate the fake AI voice. Right? It is a voice where you're having intonation.
Sure, I'll go with it. I'll allow it.
Where there's different like pitches and tones, but there's no emotion behind it.
Right. It's like, I want to say it's them trying to do announcer voice.
Yeah. I got a couple of clips of influencer voice here.
Let's go.
Let's just hear a little bit of it.
2 years of this webcomic to release a graphic novel in 2015. And during the same year, 20th Century Fox gained the rights to Nimona to make an animated film. Here they tasked the studio of Ice Age Blue Sky Studio to create the film. And just like that, the Nimona film was in production with a release date of February 20.
Maybe that's too much emotion. Even that is too much.
I don't think that is emotion at all.
Okay. But like, here's my favorite example. It's something I think about. So like, honestly, it's one of those things where like, do I even hate this?
Right.
Because this example gives me so much joy. But like, this is my favorite example of the TikTok voice. And here, you know what it is.
I know what it is.
Feels like to die. First, you'll lose all thoughts and desires. Then your senses will start to go. Starting off with thirst and hunger, then your sight will go, and the last to go is your hearing and touch. As you become too weak to breathe, you'll start hearing a strange noise in the back of your throat. This is known as the death rattle, and when that happens, buckle up, because you're about to leave your body for the first time. Your life will flash before your eyes as your body exits the physical world. Then, you'll follow the light through the tunnel and die.
So
now does he do that on purpose?
Yes, but I do love it.
But does he know that it's funny?
No. Like I think he probably does now. I bet you he knows that like, oh, that was probably funny.
Okay.
Because it's like the most extreme example. Like, what's the most significant thing that's going to happen to you in your life? The moment you die. So the idea that somebody's explaining that to you
for content,
it's
for views.
It's the YouTube thumbnail of vocal, of just like talking of emotions.
So
it's like like somebody with like a face and like X's across their eyes.
So where do you put the guy who's like, oh boy, big news?
Oh boy, MAGA world is not. Oh boy, crazy Donald Trump. So Rudy Giuliani, the Republican Party. Big news, Donald. It has just been revealed that. Oh boy, here's a big news. Donald Trump's big news. A federal. Oh boy.
He's not a TikTok. That's not an influencer. Okay,
that's his. Because can I tell you a quick little story
that
I think relates? So back when I was doing the theater and I did Waiting for Godot.
Please Godot.
It was Godot. I remember I was sitting backstage after we just did this like long dress rehearsal, and I'm going to share something for you that actually wasn't a dress rehearsal. It was earlier than that. It was a rehearsal where I had to give a big long monologue, and this is one of the most devastating, embarrassing moments of my life.
Sure.
But I was sitting backstage. And the you could still hear everything out front, like how backstage you can hear what's going on in the play, so you know you don't miss your cues. But I'm sitting back there. I had just given this monologue, and I sat down. I took a drink of water. I was feeling good, and I could hear the director, Alita, talking to Dean, the college's director.
Oh no!
And they're like, "What are we gonna do about Tyler's voice?" And I'm sitting there like, "What do they mean?" And they're like, "Well, he just sounds so inauthentic. Like he's putting on a character. Like." We may have to cut some of his monologue because it just sounds so fake and so shitty. And I'm sitting there starting to cry.
Yeesh.
And I just felt terrible. And like they just talked for minutes about trying to solve the Tyler's voice problem. And it fucking hurt. But I needed to hear it because
it's something you wish they told you to your face. So
yes,
you could.
And I did go back out there and I'm like, hey, can I try this again? And I did, and I did it more authentically. And I'm like, oh yeah, that really works. And they didn't end up having to cut anything because I
think you keyed into something vital here, which is
inauthenticity.
Well, yeah, it's like, we both took acting classes. We were both shitty actors.
Well, we weren't shitty.
Some of us are currently shitty actors.
We're not shitty.
No, but I mean, like, it's when you are reading something, when you are putting on a character, it can sound like the TikTok voice. It can sound like this influence, this crutch, right? Because you're disassociating.
Yeah.
You're trying to remember what line you're supposed to say next. That guy was probably reading from a prompt, right? And, he just didn't get it down yet. He didn't know how to talk with emotion when it's not your words, especially, right?
Well, it's this thing, and I hate to get into like actor theory craft and all that, like all that Stravinsky method and shit, but there is something to be said about when actors prepare or when performers prepare about inhabiting the body of the character, like changing how you walk, changing how you talk, and how you have to practice within it so it feels authentic, because otherwise it feels like you're putting a layer of removal away from your body and what's projected from your body when the two things really have to work together.
Right. And so the reason why I hate it is because you're not supposed to be acting. Right? Like if you're doing social media, you should just be yourself.
So are you acting right now?
Well, I mean, like I changed the way I talk a little bit because I'm performing, right? I'm still Nate, but it is Nate plus. Like,
okay. This is definitely Tyler plus.
I'll be like putting on goofs that I wouldn't normally do, like in my day-to-day life, because I know that I'm talking to an audience, right? That Nate is different than other Nate.
Yes.
Who could be like, on the couch scratching his balls.
But it's not a character you play. You don't use a fake voice. You are you. Like
I'm saying things I believe, but I'm like putting a little je ne sais quoi.
You're putting some stink on it.
Is je ne sais quoi like correct?
It's French for stink.
Excellent. Yes, I'm putting some French stink on it. Or just French.
Buttery.
We could just say French. The French are okay. You can make fun of the French as much as you want. They won't care.
Yeah, I know. They made Amelia Perez. I'm done.
That's right. And it hurts because like also that kind of voice just tends to leak out into other things too. And it's like when you see a teenager call their friends chat. It's just like, jeez. Like part of me wants to say like, is it just because I'm old? Yes.
That's part of it.
But also, is there something there that kind of hurts a little bit? And I like, yes, also, where like people just can't have fucking friends anymore, or people can't just talk to the internet nakedly like I'm doing now.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And like the people in like the content world that I like, express themselves honestly, and it doesn't feel like that guy's character or my next guy that we're gonna get to.
Because dear listeners, I don't know if you know this, we don't care about view counts.
Yeah, like, not at all.
There are things we could do to engineer this so that we could get more, subscribers and shit like that. And we just don't.
No, we are more concerned about making a thing that we personally find entertaining / interesting, and that is the end of it.
And that is our brand. But it's
this is what it feels like to hate.
I don't want to do like a Bill Hicks thing, but like a little bit, yeah.
Wait, if anyone here is in advertising or marketing, kill yourself. Thank you. Right. Just a little thought. I'm just trying to plant seeds. I know what all the marketing people are thinking right now, too. Oh, you know what Bill's doing? He's going for that anti-marketing dollar. That's a good market. He's very smart.
Well, no, you have to be able to live with yourself, and I don't think I could live with myself if I was constantly trying to get clicks and likes and listens.
That Magic Mind money ran dry, so like we're not doing this for the cash.
Would you tell them what really happened?
Like with Magic Mind?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they came back and they offered us $50 for 3 ad reads, and we're like, no,
that's not enough.
Sorry, that's not enough money. Like there is some work that goes into that.
Yeah. We do try to make even that shit funny. We know you haven't bought any. We don't care.
Yeah,
it's funny to us.
We only did Magic Mind because it was funny to get an email saying, "Would you like to sell Magic Mind?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, I think I might want to sell Magic Mind." Like if it was anything else, no. Like I don't want to sell MeUndies.
No, I would sell boner pills.
Like you want to reach out to Hims?
No, I don't want to. They have to come to us.
Okay.
If they want us coming to them,
that's right.
They have to come to us.
Deal from strength or be crushed every time.
Exactly. But there are certain things we probably wouldn't ever do an ad for, even if it were, quote, funny. Like
Israel.
Now, hold on. They have a right to know. I can't even do the joke. That place has got to go.
I would do an ad for Israel.
I
think there's a way we could do it.
I would do an ad for Hamas. Let's write these ads and come back.
All right. I'm putting it on the list.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
So no,
but
play the song.
Oh yeah, shit.
So here on Hate Speech, we have what's called the spectrum of hate, because we believe that to discuss anything of any kind of nuance, you have to put it on a spectrum. Not everything's black and white. You can't just say good and bad. So we've created this.
Yes.
On one end of the spectrum, we have something that we think is uniformly and okay to hate, and that is one Adolf Hitler. On the other end, we have someone we believe to be the opposite of Hitler in almost every way. Someone who's lovable, who's great, and black. His name is LeVar Burton.
Well, that's right. We got a way to say not Jordy.
Yeah. He's not. Jordy's bad.
Well, he's not.
Jordy's got some problem with women.
He's not bad. He's just learning.
He's an incel. He's the proto incel, not the proto because it's in the future.
But like he's
That's
like
crazy.
He's like a nice incel. I could change him. I could change Jordy.
Yeah, we can fix Jordy. And I think Star Trek did fix Jordy in the end, so it's fine. But
Excellent.
LeVar Burton, that's the nice end of our spectrum of hate.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on doing this joke, by the way. So buckle up.
Don't tell them that. They know.
Everybody, here's the joke.
All our ranch dressing eating listeners, like, finally, we know what the jokes are.
Don't. All right, I want to put it around the Mr. Beast area.
Yeah,
because
right.
I feel like
between YouTubers making music videos and Mr. Beast,
that fits so nicely.
Yeah.
How could I not?
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's my turn.
Yes.
So your thing leads directly into my next thing.
Yes.
It's a guy.
Ooh.
His name is Matt Ramos, otherwise known as @TheRealSoups. SUPES.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Soups channel. My name is Matt Ramos, and on this channel I aim to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So guys, today I just wanted to make this video break a little bit of ice because we got a ton of exciting movies and exciting things happening in the world of pop culture.
I've never heard of this guy.
So that's good. He's got millions of views, thousands of followers on YouTube. So Matt Ramos, aka Soups, as he likes to be called, SUPES, is a nice young man.
Likes to soup
a
up things.
YouTuber. Nope.
Okay.
So
how young? Like
I think he's like 22.
Okay.
Somewhere in that, like he's in the Mr. Beast range.
So it's ethical to hate him.
Yes.
Okay.
There's some things I can't hate about him that I wanted to, and those are physical things.
Oh.
But I'm growing. I'm changing.
He's ugly?
He's not ugly. There's just all I'm saying is watch a Soups YouTube video and see if you could pick out what I saw and get real confused.
I can say anything because I've never seen this guy before.
Exactly.
Excellent. So I'm gonna. He's an
You
uggo.
may be able to put your finger on it if you look.
Weird hands.
Well, no, he's got CMC hypermobility.
Oh no,
it's fine. That's fine. He also only works out his arms. None of this matters.
Okay.
So, how I came to find this guy, which I don't think he truly warrants a full episode, but he had posted about the Invincible TV show, a thing I hate. But I kept watching into 3 seasons until I stopped because I'm like, what is this giving me? It gives me nothing.
You've read the comics and
I've read every single one of the comics, but this little cocksucker derogatory, unlike me, cocksucker laudatory, he said, oh, I was talking to another YouTuber and we were going through the wikis of Invincible, and I can tell that this season's going to be fantastic. And he's a superhero influencer, Marvel influencer, DC influencer.
These are all red flags.
He's a Funko Pop human being completely through and through.
See, it's funny because Funko Pop is on my list of items that are too big.
We'll get to it. But he says, and that's what got me, was like, wait a second. And I went to his YouTube real quick. He's got all these like trailer reaction things, videos about superhero, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, let's watch this episode of Moon Knight together, blah, blah, blah.
He sounds like a Nerd Crew guy.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, for example, what if I wanted to kill myself so I could see The Last Jedi before everyone else?
So yes, he's one of those unironically.
Okay.
And he paints himself as like the comic book influencer expert. And the fact that he says, "Oh, I was reading the wikis." Like, dog, Invincible has been done for 10 years.
Yeah.
There's only like
You can go to-
100 comics. And if you're going to be an expert on something, if you're going to love something, you should go out there and experience that thing.
You can just go to the primary source on this one. Yeah, because like we can't get angry at people that go do research on Wikipedia, because we sometimes do research on Wikipedia.
Sure.
Right? Like,
it's a jumping off point.
Right.
There's a subset of people who only experience media through Wikipedia.
Through summaries.
And that, to me, and this is a controversial take, and I'm sorry if it makes me less woke, but it used to be you could hit these people on the head with hammers and set them to dig holes. Like, they're useless to me.
Yeah.
They are so incurious. They have no, like, they don't look at the world with any kind of wonder, unless it's a trailer reaction video where you're watching Superman. His video watching the Superman trailer is like, "Oh my God, crypto!
I know Crypto's the dog.
He is the dog. He does the TikTok voice.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm sure when you're going to edit this episode, you'll find videos of him, and oh God. So it's just this guy, this superhero influencer, is so incurious about the world. He speaks so authoritatively, or at least energetically, about that he just has no interest in exploring.
Can I defend Soups for a second?
No. Yes.
Yeah, no, I can. Have you heard of public school? Like he's
been a YouTuber since he's 16, so I know he's got money.
No, but okay, but like that's not where I'm going here. Where I'm going here is that there's a reason why English classes are kind of important. It's because they force you to not read Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
Right? Like all those tests that you have to take, all those chapter summaries you have to take that you try to read the Cliff Notes on, and if you're a good English teacher, you catch them, those students, right? Those are important because it teaches you the joy of engaging with material.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, it's fun to talk about.
Yes.
I am not a fan of The Great Gatsby to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to write that essay. I had to go and write the chapter essay about The Great Gatsby and what those big eyes meant.
Right.
What the color green means, I think.
The lighthouse. Yeah. All of that.
All that shit, because it's important to engage with material, because otherwise you get lazy.
Right. And I think this is the final form of that laziness, where he's watching movie trailers being like, "Oh my God, guys, there is so much in this trailer to break down. You get such a peek into the world. Like, I am so interested in the world of this Superman movie." And it's just like, dog, you don't have to watch trailers. You can go into a movie or read something completely blind and just experience it, engage with the thing. And there's no engagement. Like, this is all related to those people who are like watching for set leaks. Like, I don't ever want movie set leaks ever again.
Or people that watch summaries of media instead of watching it.
Yes.
Right? Like, I'm going to watch a summary of Babbitt's Feast and feel good instead of sitting down and watching a magnificent movie about a lady cooking.
Babbitt's Feast was an experience.
Right.
It's not for everyone. Like, this kid, it would probably kill him.
Well, because how do you summarize it? You can't really. Because
Right.
if it's good art, you can't really summarize it without experiencing it.
No, and there's this whole like, there's people who will say, "Oh, I'm analyzing Invincible," but they're really summarizing what happens in Invincible.
Yeah.
There's analysis and summary are very different, and it's getting conflated.
Yeah, and
this kid is emblematic of that.
Yeah,
it's not for me.
No, it's not for me. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
It makes me angry. Not entirely at Soups, I think, but it makes me
No.
angry at like the soup that created soup. You know, the cultural soup that has grown to create soup.
Soups.
Soup within soup.
And it's like, I don't hate the kid. Like, he seems genuinely excited about all this shit. I just hope he learns to like interrogate that shit a little bit more, because we were talking about before we recorded.
It's invincible. It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Like, it's not something that like is it's not like Finnegan's Wake.
No.
Like if he read a summary of Finnegan's Wake, I'm like, okay, I get why you would do that.
No, like, so Invincible is a jumping off point. Like, Superman's a jumping off point, an entry level into a deeper world of stories and fiction and superheroes. Invincible,
6th grade level, you'd say Invincible?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
It's a little violent, but it's cartoon. It doesn't matter.
There is subtext, but like you can figure it out.
Yeah, it's not complicated stuff. Like, you read Invincible, that leads you to like Justice League, the Avengers, whatever. That should take you to the Authority. That takes you to these deeper, like heavier stuff.
You should be like, oh, what's Watchmen all about?
And there's none of that. It's just this surface level Funko Pop. I want to see all my favorite guys who are my action figures dance around and do what my action figures do.
Yeah, I just want to play the matching game, right? Yeah. Where like I know Invincible now. I know the character. I haven't read it, but I can recognize it when I see an Invincible Funko Pop.
Right.
And that makes me feel good.
Yes. That's Soups. The real Soups.
The real Soups.
Matt Ramos. Sure, he's a lovely fellow.
I hate the button. Here on Hate Speech, we have something called the Spectrum of Hate. Normally I don't do this part. Tyler has pointed at me to do it.
We're alternating.
Yeah, we're alternating. And, I like to think of things as a spectrum, right? You've got this number line from 0 to 1. Number 0, that's a Hitler. You don't want to be a 0. No. Go from 0 to hero. Yeah. Our number 1, LeVar Burton.
Yes.
We love him. He's at the top of that number line. And in between, you have all these weird little fractions.
Yes.
So what fraction is Soups?
I'm going to put in between Dark Empath and YouTubers making music videos, because he's not to the Mr. Beast level.
Yeah.
He's relatively benign. He's definitely like an off-colored mole on your face. Like, it's worrying, but in the end, harmless.
Like there is kind of a cultural rot zone here that's happening.
And he is definitely, like I said, emblematic of that cultural rot, because I think if you experience media, comic books, movies, music, anything through that sort of incurious lens, you don't really take anything out of it.
Yeah, it's cultural alcohol. Where it leads into worse things.
It's junk food. It's just junk food.
Yeah, it is. Like,
it's cultural junk food.
But you can see somebody who really likes Soups getting caught by Gamergate content.
Right.
Which is at the bottom of the list. But not quite there yet. Soup hasn't had any problematic takes.
So I did watch his apology video.
Okay.
And so here's the thing. I got like 5 minutes into an apology video, and it turns out he was apologizing because his entertainment manager had been problematic and he got dragged into it. And so he said he had to address it and was sorry to his fans that he had a bad manager.
He seems very innocent.
I'm just saying, we used to be able to hit these kids with hammers and send them to dig holes.
Yeah, he has a beautiful mind. So that's going to put him right underneath Bushlight, or right beneath Dark Empath.
Yep.
I think that makes sense.
I like the idea of cultural rot.
I mean, yeah,
it's just terminal incuriosity.
They're not bad people. They're just you gotta. Here's the thing. There was a period in my life in like my mid to early 20s where I did not move.
Mm-hmm.
No exercising, no walking, nothing. Mm-hmm. My body was soup.
The real Soups.
Yeah, see, I've said that without talking about soup. It was Jello.
Yeah.
But I realized I need to actually move physically, and my body got some structure to it. His brain needs to move,
and
right?
Comic books especially are ripe with people that hide really interesting concepts and ideas in really accessible art. And I'm talking about Al Ewing's Indestructible Hulk, where he creates the Marxist communist Hulk.
Right. I mean, it's like that with all media. There is TV shows like CSI that will just kind of, that are easy access, non-challenging, but makes you kind of, you're eating the chip, you're eating the ranch.
Yes.
Whereas there's also TV that is engaging, same with games, same with comics, same with books.
Yes.
There are books out there that also somehow rot your brain.
There's not much to them, and it's mostly...
I imagine they're like a John Grisham. I haven't read any John Grisham.
There's that for adults, but a lot of it's like young adult crap.
Tyler,
I know.
You know what we did.
I know. That was for children.
But
there's a market now for young adult books marketed to adults, which to me is more of this same incurious cultural rot.
Yeah. Well, okay, so defend the Animorphs podcast that we did.
Uh-huh.
That is one of the things that had good nuts in there. That encouraged you to read other things.
Yes.
Right.
A lot of it was directly stolen from like better or more adult sci-fi.
Right. It's there to trick you, to engage your brain.
But there's like, and Soups is part of this where it's you're rewarded for just recognizing things. He's that whole, I get that reference as a person.
Yeah.
Like, that's
so I'm gonna
sad.
I'm gonna take a little breather in the middle of this and go through some of the things that were actually too large for us to cover in the small hate grab bag. The what'd you call it?
The gab bag, the hate speech gab bag.
Yeah, because we're just having a
couple boys gabbing.
Yeah, we're just having a stitch and bitch. a pod and pod and
brew and chew.
That's right, because we're men. All right, so ideas that were too big and might get their own episode one day. Witchcraft.
Yeah, I definitely said that was too big.
All right.
Not only so you're gonna want to be careful going after witchcraft if you want to have sex with witchy ladies.
I do though.
I know. That's why I'm saying you got to be careful, big
Well,
dog.
I'm just saying, like, listen, the episode that will come out about witchcraft, I think witches will appreciate it. Is all I'll say.
Yeah, hit Nate's DMs, witches, to let him know.
Witches, hit me up. Also, I hate you. No. It's more about crystals than anything.
So,
okay, but like, you know what? It's too big. We can't get into it.
Yep.
Matt Pat.
Who's Matt Pat?
AKA the main person of Game Theory.
Welcome to Game Theory.
Game Theory?
I can't
okay,
because
all right.
Here's the teaser for it. He gave a copy of Undertale to the Pope in person, handed it over to him.
Is that what sent him to the hospital, or was this he gave it to the Nazi Pope?
We all hope. Okay. I only got two more of these. Diet food.
Okay.
Diet food. I mean, it was on the edge because, like, I think that there is more to diet food that I would like to explore. But as a teaser, a little taster, I brought some diet food here.
Let's have some.
Yeah.
What do we got?
This is
I saw
the
it.
Magic Spoon protein treat double chocolate. Now, Magic Spoon sells itself as a
the healthy cereal, right?
Yeah, food that you loved as a kid, but for adults. So you don't have to
So
feel...
this is some real soup shit.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, boy.
I gave you half here. Describe what that tastes like.
Cardboard. Chocolatey cardboard.
Yep. A lot of
chemicals. Chemicals.
Mm-hmm. It does feel a need when you are on a diet. But we'll talk about it when we talk.
It's almost like you should cultivate a healthy relationship with food so you're not constantly seeking out ways to break your routine of what you eat. But I don't know. Maybe I've just done some therapy about food and whatnot.
Okay. But may I say this? If there was a giant chocolate bar in front of me, I would eat all of it and not stop. And the only way that I
got an idea for a birthday present.
And the only way I can prevent myself from doing that is to eat the double chocolate weird cardboard thing. There's like a texture to it that it's not cardboard. Cardboard. They always say like diet food tastes like cardboard. This doesn't taste like cardboard. It tastes like styrofoam.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Where it has like a packing peanut style quality to it. But the chocolate is convincing enough because whatever, like protein and chocolate go right together.
Yep.
And like I'm trying to, it's hot Nate summer.
Oh, this is hot Nate summer?
Yeah. Well, no.
What's your plan for hot Nate summer? Are you gonna bust raw?
The way to get to hot Nate summer is to have a disciplined Nate spring. So look forward to that.
It just sounds like an eating disorder with extra steps. If I'm honest, big dog. Like,
listen, we're Americans. We all have eating disorders.
Hot Nate summer. Like, what does that entail exactly? You busting raw?
Yeah, why not?
You gloving up?
Okay, thing I'm going to add to the small thing today. Tyler asking about my sexual congresses. I'm going to add that one there.
You call it sexual congress because it's never in session. Come on, that's a good one. Here on Hate Speech, we have what's called the Spectrum of Hate. Where we believe that talking about things you hate with any kind of nuance requires a spectrum because things aren't often black and white. At one end of the spectrum, we have something we think everybody can hate. That's one Adolf Hitler. At the other end, we have universally loved sweetie pie, LeVar Burton. Where are we putting Diet food.
I'd rather
Wait,
talk.
we're adding diet food? You said it was too big.
No, we're talking about you asking about my sex life.
Oh, sexual congress, yeah.
Yeah, sexual congress. I'm gonna put that right here under small talk. Okay,
Because your penis size.
right. But that wasn't my thing though. So Todd, do you have any big things that you thought of that you didn't want to talk about on this grab bag episode?
Yeah. This is more like it's a small thing, but it would turn into a big thing. I just wrote audiobooks are not real books.
Ooh, yeah, no, you gotta explain that one. That's like witchcraft. You gotta
Yeah, that one. I think audiobooks, and you'll notice a theme with the things I pick. I think audiobooks lead to an incuriosity, like it enables incuriosity of the brain. Like
there's a different medium.
Yeah.
And medium Marshall McLuhan once said that medium is the message.
Go ahead, make fun of your education some more.
But it is true the way you consume media. Like comic books are different than say a TV show, which is different than a live action show, which is different than an audiobook, which is different than a book.
When I read a book, like a paper, hard, physical book,
yes,
I am forced to imagine the voices, the world, all of that. I have to build myself. And to some extent, you have to do that with an audiobook, but you have help from someone reading it to you. And no shade to anybody who like ingests audiobooks, like taking in
you don't have to go too far. It's just that
I'm not going too far. It's just taking in a story is taking a story. But there's something to be said about actually doing every piece of that work yourself, even though it's really hard to do.
Okay.
That would be way more of an episode.
Audiobooks. I think like we might spin that into like audiobook narrators having to do a lady voice.
Ooh. Hold on. That works for me. I mean, global warming. How would we ever, like, there's so much to that.
Yeah, that's right. It's hot.
It's too big for us. We're just two guys.
You did not think, oh, what I'm going to do for the small grab bag episode, global warming. That wasn't a real thing.
Well, headlights. That's the one that would.
One headlight. I don't like that.
I heard that song at the Verizon today.
Yeah.
I was really bopping to it.
Things I don't like. Fast cars. That can take me anywhere.
Why are we? I don't want to hate on Tracy Chapman.
No, we could never. I have a couple other small things here that were actually too small for this episode.
Okay.
Seth Green? Question mark.
What are you questioning? He backed the apes. He's bad.
He backed the apes, and also like he really kicked off the whole monkey cheese part of society, which I was not a fan of.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say people who talk at cashiers, but that got too big. Let's see. Oh yeah, non-adherence to the one urinal rule was too small for this grab bag.
What does that mean?
So like, you know, when you're at the urinal and there's a big line of urinals and they're all empty, and somebody goes right next to you and takes a piss. Like, no, you leave a space.
Okay.
Or you're at the gym and you're on the walking machine. And
does it really matter if they're too close?
Yeah.
Why?
Because like there's a whole other space. It's like, it's polite. It's an unwritten rule that's polite, just like, hey, leave a urinal space.
So my one that I didn't really want to talk about, well, not that I didn't want to talk to you, but I thought it may lead to a bigger conversation, was people that spread out over a communal area.
Okay.
Like that was one.
That seems fine, though, actually.
Spreading out over a communal area, taking up more than your space?
Are you talking about like people walking on a sidewalk? Walking on a sidewalk, just like,
I'm talking about people that turn their cart sideways at the store so you can't go through the lane, or if you're on a train or in some public space and there's a desk with like 4 seats and they take up 3 seats with their stuff. Like that seems people not understanding that they operate within a society and that the only place you can be a complete selfish snob is at home in your own space. So when you're out in a community, you have to constantly be aware of the space you take up because it's a communal space that has to be shared. You can't just always be taking every bit of space from the community.
But Tyler, what if somebody has a disability and they have to take up that amount of space?
Then that's fine.
It sounds like you sounds like you're
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Sounds like
I would not be mad at someone needing accommodations to fit their disability. I'm talking about someone who opens up their laptop at the Starbucks, puts a bag in the seat next to them, puts another bag in front of that bag. So they've got 2 tables, right? When you should have 1. You know who I'm talking about. What type of person I'm talking about.
Okay.
Oh, are you okay with people taking up many communal spaces? Like
if nobody else wants it.
How do you know if someone else wants it? You just take it
If
and hope someone says
it's
something?
like if it's like an empty Starbucks and like there's like one other person, you're like, yeah, I'll take up a second table.
But
Why not?
no, it's not like people will. You will throw off the flow of where people can go. Like in public spaces, you have your own individual space, barring all other caveats.
But they're not using it.
It is a public space. We don't know how it will be used. We don't know who's going to use it. So we should leave it open for someone who needs it. Because if you don't need it, you shouldn't use it.
But they're not using it.
And I know your argument is going to be, well, maybe I need to use all that extra space. And it's like, well, yeah, that's how people just take from the community. That's how people end up being shitheads. And maybe I think about my personal space taking up too much space because I'm tall and I'm fat. And I don't want that to impact someone or make them feel bad. But also, I understand that I live in a community. And part of living in a community means I have to be mindful of the space that I take up and that I use. And other people are not.
I would just say take as many pennies as you want. You don't have to leave.
I know you're doing this just to push me into get mad, and that's fine because it usually leads to good content. But I have already revealed one shameful secret today. I don't have any more, so I'm just gonna get mad and keep drinking my mead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like when it's like late on a Halloween, you can just take the entire bowl.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's too late
because
kids shouldn't even be out. Then.
Even if all the candy doesn't get taken. That's fine. At least everybody who showed up got something. Because what if someone comes after you and they get nothing?
We have a friend.
I thought you were a fucking communist.
Here's the thing. We have a friend. We went to a big group dinner, right? It was a fancy dinner. I think we paid like something like $60. And it was a situation at this fancy restaurant dinner where you take some and you pass it down the line. Our friend would just take all of the food and then pass down a little crumb. It was essentially like the platform, but in real life.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, they're not going to eat it.
But they might have. Like, nobody thinks about beyond their immediate need. And
the people, listen, Tyler, the people below us on the platform, they don't actually need the food.
Nate, as someone who takes care of people below him on the platform, they need. And we have to make sure that they get what they need. When did this become a platform talk?
I don't know. We love platform. The platform's an
but
okay.
Obviously, that's too much. Did
you like the platform too?
No. Well, yeah, I liked parts of it, but no, because one, doesn't need a sequel, but because Netflix demands sequels from Success. Hello, Squid Game 2, a thing too big to be on my list.
Hello.
Say it in Korean.
That was the Squid Game 2. I don't know how to say hello in Korean, actually.
Me neither.
It's a bit embarrassing. But okay, that's too big of an item to be talking about, is what you're saying. Okay.
Because it leads to other things.
Okay. Can I talk about my next actual item that we're going to put on the list?
Yeah.
Okay. Smart TVs.
Ooh.
Smart TVs. Do you know about the smart TV?
I've heard of such.
We have smart TVs.
We have several in the house, I think.
We do. The thing about the smart TVs is that it sounds good in concept, right? Where you buy a TV, and guess what? There's a little Roku inside of that, right? You don't need to hook up a PlayStation or a Roku or a Chromecast or whatever, or an Apple TV. You don't need it because there's a smart TV there.
Yeah. They've got the V chip.
I wish I had the V chip
for vagina.
No,
remember that? You want to bring that back?
We don't get that chip anymore.
You want to do it?
Could you imagine that?
You want to eat some pussy on air?
Who's that guy out there that's still paying pay-per-view for like the Playboy? That like 90-year-old guy is like, I don't care anymore. He doesn't. He knows about the internet. He doesn't care.
$69.99.
No, like so. Like the smart TV thing is a subsection of planned obsolescence, right? Where it's like this idea of we're gonna take something that is a good idea and make it shitty.
Yep.
Right. So I don't know if you've noticed this about my fucking Samsung TV that I bought. Is that when you turn on the PlayStation, you just want to go to the PlayStation, it doesn't let you go directly to PlayStation.
No, it starts up that menu of all the different shit you can do with it.
That's right. It starts up the Samsung TV channel, asks you to log on to your Samsung account. And then when you there's so much shit in the way that the reason why TVs are so cheap now is because they've subsidized it because they're collecting information about you. When you go out of your way to not give them information, which is why that TV's not on the Wi-Fi, it gets mad. And it protests and it says, no, you actually don't want to go to PlayStation. You want to go to our gaming hub first.
Right.
And it's this thing of making something worse as punishment because you're not wanting to use it in the way they want you to use it. Right. And
it's kind of like how Instant Pots, like the company went bankrupt because they made a good product that you couldn't just add a subscription to.
Right. It's exactly like I used to have a sous vide where like you had to download the app so that way you could potentially get hit with a subscription service later. Right. And so there's a whole other bigger conversation about planned obsolescence and like the Internet of shit.
And like the whole idea that America doesn't build things. We only have, we attach fees to existing things because we don't manufacture or make anything.
Right. You know, and like, well, smart TVs is kind of like rent sinking, sort of. Like Samsung isn't charging shit yet, but it's getting in your way and there's no other option. I would have to spend a lot of money to buy an older TV that does not have these features because you can't anymore. There's no option to get a dumb TV, which is ideal. The reason why I actually like the TV I sold to you in some ways is because it has that middle ground of like, there's a Roku in here. But like we're really gonna stay out of the way. You can hit those buttons. Netflix will show up. But
you don't have to.
You really don't have to. And so that's my gripe. Hey, you know, it's not big enough to make a whole episodes about smart TVs. But like it is that. Well, and like here's the thing that really makes me sad is that like let's say you are a 70-year-old lady who doesn't own a computer, and you need a new TV. Right? Have you ever seen those like pictures of like people setting up their TVs for their grandmas and like taping off parts of the remote so that it only has channel up, channel down, volume up, volume down, and power because they don't want them pressing the input buttons? That option doesn't exist anymore now. You have to interact with technology. And some people are just going to give up and watch whatever comes at their face. Usually it's going to be like whatever shit. Like
all the right-wing shit that just
like
into their brain.
You'll get Newsmax or whatever. Smart TVs, they're awful. I wish TVs would just work like equipment.
Like if we had machines that just fulfilled the function of the machine instead of
they don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, we don't need a home screen on our fucking fridge.
No, like my sous vide does not need an app.
No.
Sorry, I don't want to log into my cooking app to turn on the oven.
Let me see here.
So hold on, wait, we gotta.
I thought we weren't putting it on the list because it's too big. But no, we'll do it. Smart TVs.
No, that was just right. I did it last time. You have to do it.
I did last. Here, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3.
Here on Hate Speech, we have what's called the spectrum of hate. On one end of the spectrum is something we think everyone can hate. That is Adolf Hitler, a nasty fellow. On the other end, we have universally loved Sweetie Pie, LeVar Burton. Okay.
I just spit everywhere.
All right.
I hope we never do that again.
Yeah, we're gonna burn this gimmick to the ground. Here we go. All right. So smart TVs, like it's too big to put in a smally thing where we don't rank it, but it's not big enough because I think that there's more to talk about with inshitification.
Yes.
Even though I hate that word.
I hate that word too.
Smart TVs, I think, are gonna go into the nuisance categories, where I think
like the Buffalo Wild Wings, Costco guys.
Yeah, I think Buffalo Wild Wings is like I'm gonna put it above Buffalo Wild Wings.
I think that's right
because like it has not killed someone yet, but it is a nuisance.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So, anything else on your list? Like,
I have one big thing. So I have my showstopper. So do you have? Are you hitting your showstopper? Or you got one more in there?
So here's the thing that I thought was too small, but it pisses me off every time I see it.
Okay.
Posting a screenshot of a movie without saying what movie it is. That bothers me.
Yeah.
I want to learn what the good movies are, and I'm not going to know it by a single out of context screenshot when someone says, define the GOAT cinematography, and it's like a stark picture of a beach with a blue child on it.
Yeah. Then you have to go to the comments.
Yeah. And I don't
hope.
Just, you put an alt text. Like, I get that it's gatekeeping and like signifying your intellectualism, fine. And I get that anti-intellectualism has a right-wing bias and that's part of it. I don't care. Just tell me what the good movies are. Someone tell me what the good movies are.
Yeah, how's he going to find
Tell
out?
me the good movies. I want to see the good movies.
Babette's Feast.
Babette's Feast was a fucking bop.
That's right.
After Babette's Feast, I watched Bullworth. Fucking bop.
Okay.
I had quite the double feature.
Yeah. Both start with B's.
Yep.
There you go.
What's your showstopper?
All right, here's my showstopper. Are you ready to talk about creepypasta?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Creepypasta, like, it just doesn't quite fit the whole episode category because I think that it's too vague of a concept.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of my problem with it. Because
And listeners, if you want to pitch us an idea, keep in mind, we don't like vague concepts.
yeah, because it's hard to talk about. Like, creepypasta is essentially just modern internet horror.
Yeah.
Okay.
Memes.
That
horror memes.
Well, I mean, like the actual definition is essentially like that, where it is like horror born from internet-focused topics, but maybe not, because Slender Man is technically creepypasta, right? And Slender Man came from a short video series that was posted on YouTube. Yeah, it became popular on the internet, but I wouldn't say that Slender Man is internet focused. It's about a skinny guy that's gonna eat your blood,
Right. Or the Hat Man. Or
Well,
the isn't he-
not you want to say the Babadook. It's not the Babadook.
No, I'm thinking of the Hat Man. You eat too much Benadryl, he comes to get you.
Yeah, but that's not like a story though. It's not. I don't think there's an actual story about the Hat Man.
Yeah, it's popularized from the internet because people take too much Benadryl.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, but like,
I've
don't-
had Benadryl overdoses look at me and say, he's here. And I'll say, who? And they just go, and that's when I know it's time for more Ativan.
It's the Hat Man.
Yep.
He's coming. But like, the Hat Man isn't a story, right?
No.
Like, so the creepypasta specifically has to have some sort of story attached with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the way that I would categorize creepypasta is that it is something, it's referential horror is the way I would have, like, if I had to pin it down, I'd be like, it's horror that's dependent upon references.
Right.
Right. Whether that be from the internet, whether that be from video games or what have Tyler, I've actually queued up some creepy horror if you want to watch some creepy horror. So I'm going to start with, I think, the most famous one. If you go to wikipedia.com, I know you hate when people do this, but I'm going to do it.
I said it was a jumping off point. That's all.
If you go to the Wikipedia article for creepypasta, they mention Ben Drowned. Do you know Ben Drowned?
Never heard of it.
Okay, here we go. We're going to watch Ben Drowned.
Okay.
A little summary of Ben Drowned.
Or are they? Is it possible for a Zelda game to become hostile and go on the attack? According to internet writer Judiciable, yes. In September of 2010, Judiciable, real name Alex Hall, claims to have come into contact with a haunted copy of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. The textures are messed up, the audio bugs out and plays random sounds, and an empty statue of Link keeps following him around. The save files on the game share more about the cartridge and its previous owner. At first, the only save file is Ben. Over time, this file is replaced with You're Next. Later, the first and second file both changed to say Ben Drowned. It's revealed that Ben, the previous owner of the game, had met a terrible fate and is now haunting the cartridge forever. You may be asking if this story is legit. The answer is no. It's a creepypasta, and it definitely scared me back in the day. Ben Drowned is a very creative and imaginative story that has cemented itself in my mind as one of the best creepypastas of all time.
So they made the hook scraping on the roof of the car for TikTok generation. Man,
By the way,
Ring and Ringu has totally ruined things.
I like The Ring. And
I do too.
And like, the more I looked into creepypasta, the more I realized how like The Ring is actually kind of a lodestone of culture. Which I'm fine. Like, I'm not here to hate on The Ring or even these stories. By the way, that was a great example of TikTok voice.
It was a thing we hate.
I was like, it's a nice synergy there. But like, so I don't necessarily even hate the idea of the story.
No, it's like an urban legend.
Yeah, like it's an urban legend. But like, the worst part, because like the thing that urban legends hit upon is that it's something that could get you personally, right? You go up to Makeout Point. You own a car. You make out with your girlfriend at Makeout Point. Well, not me, but I play Legend of Zelda. You see where I'm going?
I do.
Right? And then like so you're at Makeout Point. It's scary there. You could hear a hook, and that's why that story gets you. Me, I stay at home. I play Legend of Zelda. What if I got a haunted copy of Legend of Zelda? Ooh, spooky.
And what if it was named Creepypasta?
Right. And
did you look up why it's called that? Because I want to know why it's called that. If you don't know, I'll look it up. I'll do my own research.
Like
RFK said I should do my own research, and I'll do it.
Listen, there's like a lot of I didn't look it up because I don't think it's something that is narrowed down. It's something that comes out of Reddit, right? Where it's like
It's a more Seth Green, creepy.
It is a monkey,
funky monkey cheese.
It's a monkey cheese kind of a thing,
Okay.
right? Where it's like
epic bacon. Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah. Like there's no like story about creepy pasta, if that's what you're wondering.
I mean, there may be.
I mean, like, people have like made that story because, like, of course they have, but like, the idea of creepy pasta, it's more of like a shorthand for this, right? And so, yeah, I'm gonna show you the other one,
Okay.
Because I want to get more examples, so that way when we talk about it, this is the other famous example. It's called you can get this one. It's called Sonic.exe.
Oh no, I love Sonic.
Yeah, oh. Okay,
I love Sonic music.
We love Sonic. He's wagging his finger at you.
I saw him turn to the evil Sonic for a second. Wait a second.
Hold on, wait.
You can't play as Tails. Is that Kefka laugh?
Yeah, it's a Kefka laugh. Got it.
Hill, Act 1. Oh no.
It's not green anymore.
What if Sonic 2 was about Tails and had creepy music?
You can play as Tails, right?
Not in Sonic 2.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the second player can play as Tails. Whoa, all the plants are fucked up. Everything's destroyed. All the animals are dead.
I'm gonna turn this down on our end. It's a little loud.
So this is like, what if Sonic was scary and kind of fucked up?
Yeah, but just give it a little bit of time. See, like, here's the thing that I can appreciate about Sonic.exe. Somebody went out of their way.
They made this.
They made a ROM. They made a hacked ROM about a spooky Sonic.
Where'd Sonic's eyes go?
That's right. Oh,
oh shit!
what's going on? Sonic, getting closer. Oh shit!
He had evil eyes.
He had evil eyes. Right, and like this is something you can play. You can download Sonic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of fuck with this.
Like, it's a little childish, right? Like, it's...
Well, like, there's artistry behind this. Someone made, like, they put Tails in hell to run around in hell.
Yeah. Okay, so, like, the forest is on fire. I want to get to the point of, let's see. Yeah. The scary thing happens.
Yeah, it's Tails. Evil Sonic. Yeah. The drowning music. All right. Evil Sonic is chasing Tails.
Yeah, and Sonic is chasing Tails here.
Is about to get Tails.
You gotta watch out.
Tails got.
He's Tails crying.
This is such riveting podcast audio. Oh. Ripped out Tails' heart.
Again, this is not the best horror thing that you've seen all year. But somebody put effort into it, and I'm not here to dunk on that effort.
No.
They made a horror thing based off of an existing property. That's fine.
Yeah.
What I do hate is just the loose definition of it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I kind of hate about it, is that, like, I think that somebody could have gone out of the way to make a good story, make a well-constructed, unique idea, but instead they're shackled by this, it has to be attached to something.
Instead, they did fan fiction.
Right, like it has to be attached to an evil haunted Sonic cartridge, or it has to be attached to a spooky image on the internet.
Right. What if John Carpenter made the thing, but it had to have all the characters from Clue in it?
Right. And like, that's why I'm like, hey, I don't think Slender Man belongs in creepypasta, because they just made a movie. I don't know if you know about like the Marble Hornets thing.
No.
But it's an ARG that started Slender Man.
Okay.
And they never get the credit for it. Instead, Slender Man is what people talk about because it's a Slender Man.
It's Slender Man.
Right. And it removes the author from content.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because like nobody talks about Marble Hornets. Everyone talks about Slender Man. Nobody talks about the person who made Sonic EXE. And maybe that's by design. But like it throws everything into the pool. And like,
so you don't like that someone took their idea and made it penicillin, made it free for everybody?
No, I do like that. I just think that it is turned into this all-consuming thing too, where it's like, if you want to get eyeballs on things, maybe you have to make a Sonic horror.
Mm-hmm.
instead of Sonic horror video game instead of like writing your own thing.
It's letting an idea become memeified, so at least the idea spreads.
Yeah, it. And again, this is why
chicken jockey.
This is why it's in a little bit, right? There's a lot of like Minecraft creepypastas too.
I believe it.
Where I think the part that makes me sad about it goes back to the soups thing, where it's like, there's actual horror out there, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to go out watch creepypastas. You don't have to watch people do summaries of these creepypastas.
Right.
You can actually just read horror. You can engage with horror properties. They can even be about Sonic.
This is good entry level horror that could lead them, but like entry level, you get to the door, you're like, wow, that's scary. Well, I'm done here.
Yeah, a little bit.
It sounds like we're mad at incuriosity.
Yeah, like I think okay. So why am I mad at creepypasta specifically? This is why it's in the grab bag. It's because it's hard to latch onto what makes me upset about it, and some of it might just be old man yells at cloud.
Okay.
But another part of it, I think, is that
this time it's actually iCloud.
Oh yeah, there we go. The other thing I think that I have a hard time latching onto with it is that it just feels like it is giving an easy path to spooky feelings. Whereas, it's essentially like Faces of Death or whatever.
Okay.
But like less like snuffy.
I think
it's nuggets of spookiness without actual like context and depth.
To sort of bring it home, I think the same problem you have with creepypasta, the same problem I have with ranch dressing. It makes this thing easy and digestible when you just never learn to do it yourself.
Yeah,
or to look at something new.
It's quick dopamine. That's the other thing too about a lot of these creepypastas is that you can watch it in 7 minutes and that's it. It's done. Right. But like you get the spooky feeling. You don't have to watch a scary movie. You don't have to put in, say, an event horizon.
Which I saw for the first time this year and it fucking whipped.
Yeah. And you don't have to watch an entire movie to get scared. You can just go and watch Sonic.exe. Because like that's why it has to be related to a property that you know, because you don't have to set up the universe.
Yeah, there's no emotional or intellectual legwork done first.
Right.
You don't have to get to know Tails or Sonic.
You know what it feels like to play Sonic. You know what it feels like to play Legend of Zelda and be creeped out by something.
Right.
And so it latches onto that and it doesn't have to build its own world.
We just hate inauthentic bullshit, don't we?
I mean, who doesn't though, right?
Most of all the fans of soups. Do we even have to do it? Like here on
Hate Speech, we have the spectrum of hate.
We believe that to talk about anything we hate, with any kind of nuance, we have to put it on like a spectrum.
At number 0 is Hitler. Hitler's the lowest on the spectrum.
Real scoundrel.
Up at the tippy top, we got LeVar Burton.
Sweetie pie.
He's a glorious angel.
But not in the Evangelion angel sense.
No,
he probably won't herald in the new age.
No, he might.
I would be a lot cooler if he did.
We don't know. He's still alive.
Can you imagine LeVar Burton kissing you and saying, "You come back, we'll do the rest"?
I would pilot the Ava. I would pilot the Ava for LeVar Burton
so fast if LeVar Burton kissed me and said we could fuck later.
Not that I'm attracted to LeVar Burton, but I do respect him.
You're not attracted to LeVar Burton? He's hot. Even old, he's hot.
Nah.
What are you? Okay. I will accept this. I will move on.
Okay. Creepypasta. I kind of want to put it in the soup zone.
Yeah, I'm down with soup zone.
Where's the soup zone? I forgot. Because
well, your method of naming things here using the same copy.
Okay.
He's probably, but I think he was the one after Dark Empath and YouTubers making music.
Yeah, he's right around the Mr. Beast zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so like creepypasta, I want to put around below YouTubers making music.
This is such a way to like really pad our list.
Yeah.
Speaking of the spectrum of hate, we've always said like we would never make any changes, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of right now? We kind of shift some stuff around, maybe like balance the scales a little bit.
Absolutely not. Could you rearrange heaven?
You know what? You're absolutely right. We're not changing a goddamn thing.
No, I think the toes should be on the head, you idiot.
Hey.
You goddamn moron.
I agree with you.
You piece of shit.
I agree with you.
Yakub invented the white race on the island of Patmos, and it's been great.
See? We don't need to change things around.
Things, we already have an intellectual design. It was Yakub.
Yeah, like, listen, we don't need to debate these things because they have been written down.
Yeah. Yakub decided this all for us when he invented us on Patmos.
Yeah, the island of Patmos.
You get the fuck out of here.
You don't have a last thing?
That was it, dog. I shot my shit.
Oh, dang. Yeah, like, okay.
No, I kind of let it go at soups and ranch dressing, I think. Those are my big things. Do you want me to try and...
Hold on, I got it.
We want to thank Dropping a Pop Locket. For our music, subscribe to the Hate Speech Podcast Patreon.
We never do this
don't.
one.
It's really up to you.
Yeah. Patreon.com/Hatreon.
This is the Hate Speech Podcast with Nate and Tyler.
I'm just doing all the drops that we...
Man, he's so good.
I'm just doing all the drops that I have on this board because...
all these TikTok voice fuckers should try to be like Wigman.
Like,
play the Nate's prick fell off one again.
All right, hold on. Blue.
Nate's prick fell off again. So what?
He's just the best. I feel so bad that I hurt his feelings.
No, you didn't hurt his feelings. You challenged him artistically. I think that's okay.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's good. I hope he appreciates it now. He certainly took my money.
Yeah. So, like, how would you, like, we have the theme of this episode, which is, hey, be intellectually curious or hate you.
Yeah.
But, like, how do you feel about how this went? Is any other small things kind of biting at you?
No, I think if we should start collecting more small things, and I think this is fun.
Okay.
Like, because we're never going to be able to do an hour on Matt Ramos, a.k.a. Soups, unless he starts killing people. But I really love talking about how much I hated him.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna.
I kind of feel bad saying that there used to be people we'd hit with hammers and send them to dig holes.
Isn't that the plot of the movie Holes?
I have not seen Holes, so I cannot disagree with you. Yes, I think that's what Holes is about.
Here's the thing. For the last thing that we put on this list, I think we should put something on the list that neither of us has seen and neither of us has any context about, but we can kind of agree that we hate it.
Holes?
I think, yeah. Yeah, we should talk about... I don't like Holes.
I don't like Holes. Well...
Okay,
I don't like the movie Holes.
The movie Holes.
There are some excellent holes on people that we appreciate.
People are going to disagree with us on this one, but I think that the movie Holes is right underneath the F-35. I think it's the second thing.
Yeah. So put Holes starring Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
Or Holes movie, Shia LaBeouf.
Yep, there it is.
All right.
All right, so right above Hitler is Holes, the movie, starring Shia LaBeouf.
Perfect. Fuck you, Shia. Fuck you, Holes. Fuck the Disney Channel. Fuck you all.